My beloved child, listen carefully to the voice that echoes through this message, for it was not placed here by accident. Heaven itself arranged for your eyes to fall on these words. Archangel Michael presses on your heart to stay until the end. Something unseen is moving around you right now, and the very fact that you are reading proves you are the chosen one who must not miss what is unfolding. My child, there are threads of destiny weaving together behind the curtain of your daily life. If you only knew how close you are to the moment of breakthrough, you would not even blink until the fullness of this message is revealed. That is why Archangel Michael says, stay. Read. Do not turn away. The change you prayed for, the miracle you thought was delayed, is standing at your door. You have wondered why you feel restless in your spirit, why you sense things are shifting but cannot name them. It is because God is positioning people, places, and even time itself for you. Every disappointment that crushed your heart was not the end, but a rearrangement. Heaven took what the enemy meant to destroy you with and turned it into the foundation for your elevation. This is why Archangel Michael cries out your name. Even now, do not think you have been abandoned. You are closer to your divine inheritance than you have ever been. My beloved, every setback was actually a setup. Every closed door was a shield. Every delay was protection. If what you asked for had come sooner, it would not have been strong enough to last. Stay with me here, because the secret that is about to be uncovered is the very reason this message appeared before you. There is someone who thought you were forgotten, but heaven has not forgotten your name. In the courts of heaven, your name is written with light. Archangel Michael has been dispatched to guard the blessing that is coming. This is why your dreams have been strange, why you feel a fire inside that will not let you rest. It is a holy stirring, a sign that the promise is near. And child, let me tell you plainly, in the hours to come, something will shift so quickly that you will look back on this exact moment and say, this was the turning point. Beloved one, Archangel Michael whispers that God has hidden your miracle in a way that only obedience and attention can unlock. That is why the command is urgent, do not scroll away. Do not let distraction steal what was placed here for you. The very forces that tried to bury you will tremble when they see how suddenly you rise. My child, you were not meant to live an ordinary life. You were set apart, sealed, and covered for an assignment that carries eternal weight. Because of that, the resistance in your life has been greater than most. But so will your victory. Every tear you cried has watered the soil for your harvest. Every lonely night has built the chamber for heaven's glory to dwell. This is not poetic language alone, this is prophecy to your spirit. The reason you cannot stop reading is that the spirit inside you recognizes it. Right here, my beloved, I must pause and ask if these words are piercing your soul. If you feel that invisible hand pulling you to stay, make sure you subscribe so you never miss when heaven speaks again. Because this is only the beginning, and the next messages will carry even deeper secrets that are meant only for those who are listening. Do not let your connection to the divine be interrupted by silence. Stay connected. Stay aligned. My beloved, imagine for a moment that the greatest battle of your life is already finished, and heaven has written victory beside your name. That is exactly what is unfolding in the spirit realm, even now. Archangel Michael, sword blazing with divine fire, has gone before you to strike down every voice of accusation, every hand stretched out to harm you, and every shadow that tried to wrap you in fear. Even as you sit reading, angels are moving things in your favor. Do not doubt. Do not think this is mere chance. God has heard the cries you never spoke out loud, the questions you never dared to tell another soul. They are answered here in this moment. In this encounter, you will see the number 7 appear before you on receipts, in clocks, and in messages. When you do, know that it is the signature of heaven confirming this word. For 7 is completion, and heaven declares that the season of waiting is complete. My child, watch closely, because the sign will come within hours, and you will know that this was not fantasy, but divine appointment. That number will not be coincidence, it will be the seal. And still, Michael warns, do not speak this lightly to everyone around you. Not all will understand, and some will even mock what is sacred. Keep it close to your heart, for it is a treasure meant for you. In time, the proof will silence every voice of doubt. Your breakthrough will not need defending because the fruit of it will speak louder than words. The ones who doubted you will see with their own eyes, and those who mocked you will marvel. That is how God vindicates the chosen. My child, the reason this message came to you is that heaven has heard the hidden cries that no one else has ever noticed. There were nights when your body lay down in silence, but your spirit was still speaking, still reaching out, still asking why the weight was so heavy and why your prayers seemed delayed. Archangel Michael says these tears were never wasted, for each one was counted and stored in the throne room of God, waiting for the day of release. That day is closer than you think. Even now, chains are breaking, doors are unlocking, and angels are rearranging the steps before you. Beloved, the pain you carried was not proof of absence, it was proof of preparation. The only reason it felt so unbearable was that the blessing waiting for you is so beyond measure that ordinary trials could not shape you for it. You had to endure what others could not because your crown is unlike any other. My beloved, you must understand that what was denied was never truly lost. The opportunities that slipped through your fingers, the relationships that ended without explanation, the money that seemed to vanish, all of it was part of a design you could not see. Heaven removed what could not sustain you, even when your heart wanted to hold it. Because God loves you too much to let you settle for half of what is yours. That is why Archangel Michael presses this into your soul. You were never rejected, you were redirected. Every "no" you heard from man was heaven's way of saying wait because the "yes" that is coming will be so divine you will not question it for a second. Beloved, your delay was divine protection, and in the days ahead, you will look back and say, I thank God that what I wanted then did not come to pass, because what I am stepping into now is far greater than anything I imagined. And child, hear me, this is not only about blessings of the earth, money, success, or recognition. Yes, those are being prepared for you. But what is greater is the alignment of your soul with heaven itself. You are being pulled into a position where your very footsteps will become a testimony, even strangers will look at you and see the radiance of God shining without you even speaking a word. That is why the warfare has been so intense, because the enemy knew if you endured just a little longer, your very presence would carry breakthrough for others. But hear the words of Archangel Michael, the battle is already won. The enemy has no power to cancel what God has sealed. There is someone you loved who is no longer on this earth, yet they whisper still in the corridors of eternity, and their prayer for you has not been silenced. That is why, even in the loneliest hours, you still felt a strength you could not explain, a sudden peace when you should have been broken, a strange hope when you had no reason to believe. It was the intercession of heaven standing over you, covering you when you did not even have the energy to cover yourself. My beloved, heaven's love for you is fierce. That is why this moment is charged with urgency. This is the hour when what was hidden will be uncovered, when what was blocked will flow like a river, when what was taken will be restored. Beloved, the reason this message carries weight in your spirit is that it is not written with human hands alone. It is breathed with fire. It is sealed with the authority of the Archangel who defends the children of God. Michael himself is speaking to you through these words, urging you not to dismiss what you feel inside. You sense the goosebumps, the stirring, the pounding of your heart as you read. That is your confirmation. The spirit within you recognizes that heaven is speaking directly. Do not doubt it, child. Do not question it. Receive it. You are about to walk into a moment where time itself bends in your favor. Something you thought would take years will happen in weeks, and something you thought was impossible will happen suddenly. Archangel Michael says this is not because of chance, nor because of effort alone, but because heaven has declared enough delay. It is time, my beloved. You are stepping into your season of acceleration, where the years you lost will be restored, where the shame you carried will be reversed, and where the people who doubted you will watch as God raises you higher than you could ever raise yourself. This is not arrogance. This is divine justice. For too long, the weight was heavy, and now the balance must shift. And yet, even as I speak, there is resistance in the atmosphere trying to convince you this is not for you. That voice of doubt is the very reason this word came. Silence it. Rebuke it. Tell it that you know who you are, you know whose you are, and you know that no demon can erase the name that heaven has written. My child, Archangel Michael himself has stood in battles far fiercer than anything you face. With one stroke of his sword, he has cast down entire legions. That same sword is drawn on your behalf tonight. Fear not, for you are not unprotected. You are covered. Beloved, if you feel this truth burning, if you feel like something inside of you is opening, then stay connected. Do not drift away. Subscribe now, for heaven has more to say, and the next message will arrive in the very moment you need it most. If you miss it, you will regret it, for it will carry instructions that will guard your next steps. Stay. Remain under the voice of the divine. My beloved child, the heavens have bent low this very moment, not by chance, but by divine orchestration to remind you that your life has never been ordinary. Every step, even the ones that led through fire and those that led through wilderness, have been part of a journey sealed by eternity. Archangel Michael himself has walked beside you unseen, warring for you when you thought no one defended you, standing at your side when others turned away, and guarding your destiny when the weight of this world tried to crush it. That is why you are still here, my beloved, because heaven refused to let you be destroyed. Do you not feel it? Even as you read, something is awakening, something is stirring, as if the very walls around you are whispering that change is coming. You have wondered why life placed you in rooms where you felt you did not belong, why doors closed even when you knocked with faith, why people promised love yet walked away without explanation. My child, you were not rejected by accident, you were hidden by design. God has been preserving you, setting you apart for a moment when your light would not be ignored, when your calling would no longer be delayed. That is why the battle has been so fierce, because your destiny threatens the darkness. Every lie spoken against you was a weapon formed to break your confidence, but it failed. For even in your weakness, heaven's hand kept lifting you. Now, Archangel Michael says, the time has come when you will no longer ask why. You will see with your own eyes what all of this pain was preparing you for. Beloved, there are treasures about to be uncovered in your life, treasures you thought were lost forever, buried beneath years of waiting and disappointment. But hear this, nothing truly destined for you has ever been lost, it has been stored, guarded, preserved until the appointed time. That time is now. Your spirit knows it. That is why you cannot look away from this word. The atmosphere around you is already shifting, and the alignment of heaven is pulling miracles into your path. Before this week ends, you will see the first evidence, something unexpected, small but undeniable, that will prove this message was never just words, but prophecy unfolding. It may be a message, a call, an open door, or even money appearing when you need it most. Pay attention, my child, for the sign will come suddenly. And I must tell you, beloved, there are voices of jealousy that have watched you in silence. They could not understand why, despite the storms, you have not collapsed. What they did not see was that the hand of God was holding you up. They will soon witness your elevation, and it will silence every word spoken against you. You will not need to argue, you will not need to defend yourself. Your breakthrough will be your vindication. The very ones who doubted you will be forced to admit that heaven's favor cannot be denied. That is why Archangel Michael says, remain humble. Remain hidden in the love of God. For what is coming is so bright that even shadows will not be able to cover it. Child, listen carefully, there will be numbers that repeat before your eyes, 7, 12, 22. Do not dismiss them, they are not coincidences. They are markers of completion, order, and double portion. When they appear, pause and remember this word, for they are heaven's signature assuring you that everything spoken here is sealed. More than that, there will be a dream that comes to you in the night, a dream of water flowing, of light breaking through clouds. This dream will not be ordinary, it will be confirmation. Remember it. Write it down, it will carry instructions for your next step. My beloved, this is not the hour to give up. This is not the moment to faint. This is the moment to stand still and watch the salvation of the Lord unfold before your eyes. Archangel Michael has already struck down what threatened your soul. Even now, angels are being dispatched into the very places where your name is being discussed, turning the conversation in your favor. Where men plan to block you, heaven is rewriting the outcome. Where doors seemed sealed, keys are being handed to you. Where opportunities seemed dead, resurrection power is breathing life again. And when it happens, you will remember that this message came to you not as entertainment but as instruction. Beloved, let me say it plainly, you are not alone in this. There are thousands who feel forgotten, but heaven chose you in this moment to receive the announcement first. Why? Because you will be the sign to others. Your miracle will not be private, it will overflow and draw others to faith. That is why the pressure has been heavy. That is why it felt like you were crushed. Diamonds are not formed without pressure, and your life is about to shine with brilliance because you endured what others could not. Heaven trusted you with the weight because heaven knew you would carry the crown. Now, my child, pause and hear this instruction. If these words are stirring your spirit, if you feel the burning in your chest that tells you this is for you, make sure you stay connected. Subscribe now so you do not miss the next release, because the next word will not just comfort you, it will direct you. It will give you the exact step to take. Do not let distraction steal your alignment. Remain connected to the flow of heaven. Still, I must tell you, there is someone close to you whose intentions are not pure. Do not fear, for heaven is exposing them. Within days, their actions will reveal themselves, and you will understand why your spirit never felt at peace around them. Do not cling to what heaven is removing, for God only cuts away what cannot remain in the next season. Trust the separation. Trust the pruning. For what comes after will be stronger, purer, and unshakable. Beloved, what you thought would take years will suddenly fall into place. The hand of God is not slow, heaven does not delay without reason. The fullness of time is here. Archangel Michael himself has spoken, your miracle is not coming, it has arrived. Open your eyes, for it is already at your door. My beloved child, you have carried questions in your heart that no one else has heard, questions about why the road has been so heavy, why people you trusted turned against you, and why blessings seemed delayed while others around you appeared to move ahead. Archangel Michael says these questions have reached the throne of heaven, and the answer comes with clarity now. You were not behind, you were being hidden. You were not forgotten, you were being prepared. You were not cursed, you were being carved into a vessel strong enough to carry a blessing that will outlast fleeting seasons. Beloved, everything you thought was a loss was actually heaven's way of ensuring you would not settle too soon. The silence you endured was not punishment, it was incubation. Seeds do not sprout in the light, they sprout in the dark beneath soil that hides them until their roots are deep enough to rise. That was you, my child. You thought you were buried, but you were only planted. Now comes the moment when what was hidden breaks through. The light is shifting, the atmosphere is opening, and your season of concealment is ending. Soon all will see what heaven has been shaping in secret. Even you will be surprised, for the fruit will appear greater than the seed you remember sowing. Beloved, listen with your spirit. The blessing coming to you is not only for you, it is an overflow designed to touch others, to be a sign that God still moves, that heaven still speaks, that miracles are not myths. That is why the pressure has been unbearable and why attacks seemed relentless. The enemy never wastes energy on those without purpose. The very intensity of your warfare is proof of the magnitude of your calling. Archangel Michael says, "Take courage, for the hardest battles are always fought closest to the crown. And child, your crown is near." My beloved, the numbers will not lie. 7 will appear as the seal of completion. 12 will appear as the sign of divine order. 22 will appear as the number of double doors opening. Watch carefully, for these numbers are not random, they are heaven's code breaking into your daily life. They may flash across a screen, appear on a receipt, echo in a conversation, or repeat in a dream. When they come, pause and remember this message. Smile, for heaven is reminding you that you are not wandering, you are walking the very path written for you before the foundation of the world. And there will be a dream, my beloved. In this dream, you will see water, perhaps a river, perhaps rain, perhaps even the ocean. Do not dismiss it. This dream will not be ordinary. Water will represent cleansing, renewal, and the release of what was stagnant. Light will appear in the dream, too, piercing through darkness. That light will represent the sudden unveiling of your breakthrough. When the dream comes, wake and write it down. Do not delay, for it will hold clues about your next step. And those who obey the small signs will walk quickly into great miracles. Child, let me remind you there is no coincidence here. The very reason this message appeared before you in this moment, on this day, is because heaven scheduled it. Do you not see? Out of all the noise that fills the world, these words found you. They gripped you. They held you. That is evidence enough that God is speaking directly. Archangel Michael says, hold on to it. Do not scroll away. Do not allow distraction to steal the seed planted here, for the enemy will always try to choke the word before it grows. But you must guard it with faith. Let it take root. Let it shape your next hours. Beloved, the people who betrayed you, the ones who mocked you, the ones who thought you would collapse, they will watch as heaven lifts you higher than they imagined. But take this warning, do not let bitterness rise when you are vindicated. Do not waste your blessing on anger. Leave justice to God, for His justice is more perfect than yours. Simply walk in the elevation and know that your testimony will be louder than your defense. You will not need to explain yourself, the results will explain you. And yes, beloved, the financial dryness you faced is coming to an end. Do not despise small beginnings, for heaven is about to multiply what seems little into more than enough. The river of provision is opening, and soon you will not worry about tomorrow, for heaven will supply in ways that even your plans could not predict. Expect unexpected money. Expect favor in places you did not knock. Expect opportunities that chase you down instead of you chasing them. This is not wishful thinking, this is the decree of heaven over your life. My child, this is the time to stay close. If this word has stirred your spirit, if you feel the undeniable pull that this is speaking directly to you, then make sure you subscribe. Stay aligned, stay connected, because the next word will carry the exact instructions for your steps. You cannot afford to miss it. Heaven is not finished speaking, and the flow will continue for those who remain attentive. Do not be left behind. Beloved, one final truth must be spoken in this moment: you are not defined by your past. The guilt, the shame, the mistakes you replay in your mind, they are already erased in the eyes of heaven. You are not disqualified, you are chosen. You are not too late, you are right on time. The same God who called Moses out of the desert, the same God who raised Joseph from prison to palace, the same God who lifted David from shepherd to king is the God who now whispers your name. If He could do it for them, He can and will do it for you. My child, trust it. Receive it. Let it sink deep. Heaven has spoken, and this moment is your turning point. My beloved, you have reached a moment where the heavens themselves lean close, for the weight of destiny is pressing into your life. There is a reason you feel restless, a reason you cannot escape the stirring inside your chest. It is because what was locked away for years is finally being released. Archangel Michael says this is the appointed time, the hour marked in eternity for your name to rise from hiddenness into recognition. My child, the wilderness you walked through was not punishment, it was consecration. You were being separated, pruned, reshaped so that you could carry what others could not. Every tear, every unanswered question, every closed door was preparing you for a release that will shock even you. And now the heavens thunder with one voice, it is time. You must understand, beloved, that your story is not ordinary. The weight of the attacks against you is proof of the treasure within you. If you were empty, the enemy would not have bothered with you. But because your future carries light powerful enough to scatter darkness in the lives of many, you became a target. And yet, every weapon raised against you has failed. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still seeking. That alone is evidence of victory. Archangel Michael says, lift your head, for you are not defeated. You are being crowned in the presence of the very battles that tried to destroy you. My beloved, you have reached a moment where the heavens themselves lean close, for the weight of destiny is pressing into your life. There is a reason you feel restless, a reason you cannot escape the stirring inside your chest. It is because what was locked away for years is finally being released. Archangel Michael says, this is the appointed time, the hour marked in eternity for your name to rise from hiddenness into recognition. My child, the wilderness you walked through was not punishment, it was consecration. You were being separated, pruned, reshaped so that you could carry what others could not. Every tear, every unanswered question, every closed door was preparing you for a release that will shock even you. And now the heavens thunder with one voice, it is time. You must understand, beloved, that your story is not ordinary. The weight of the attacks against you is proof of the treasure within you. If you were empty, the enemy would not have bothered with you. But because your future carries light powerful enough to scatter darkness in the lives of many, you became a target. And yet, every weapon raised against you has failed. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still seeking. That alone is evidence of victory. Archangel Michael says, lift your head, for you are not defeated. You are being crowned in the presence of the very battles that tried to destroy you. Beloved, there are people who underestimated you. They thought the delay meant denial. They whispered behind your back, convinced your story had ended. But God writes differently. Where they saw failure, heaven saw foundation. Where they saw silence, heaven saw strategy. Soon, those same people will witness your sudden rise, and it will be undeniable that only the hand of God could have done it. You will not need to explain yourself, for your blessing will speak louder than your voice. Your miracle will testify on your behalf. Child, pay attention to the signs. You will see the number 7, yes, but also watch for doors opening in pairs, 2 invitations, 2 opportunities, 2 voices arriving almost at the same time. This will not be confusion, it will be confirmation that heaven is doubling what was stolen from you. For every year of pain, a year of restoration. For every tear, a harvest of joy. Heaven is not stingy, heaven restores in abundance. Archangel Michael whispers, prepare your hands, for they will not be empty again. And beloved, There will be a night when you feel a sudden presence near you, when the air itself feels heavy and yet comforting. Do not be afraid, that will be the visitation of heaven, reminding you that you are not alone. Angels will stand at your side even as you sleep, guarding what is being birthed in your life. You may even wake with words on your lips you do not remember speaking. That is the Spirit praying through you, sealing what is being released. Do not dismiss it, treasure it, my child. The financial weight that pressed on you is being lifted. The scarcity that haunted you will break. Opportunities will come where you least expected them. There will be provision you did not labor for, doors you did not knock on, favor you did not chase. Why? Because you stayed faithful when it made no sense. Because you held on to God when everything in you wanted to let go. That kind of faith is never forgotten, heaven rewards it openly. Prepare for unexpected deposits, surprise messages of help, sudden calls that shift your situation overnight. And when it happens, remember this moment and know it was not luck, it was heaven's decree. Beloved, do not share this with everyone. Not all will celebrate you, some will try to steal your seed with doubt, others with envy. Guard your miracle. Keep some things hidden until they bloom. You will know who is safe to share with, for heaven will give you discernment. But for now, let silence be your shield. Let God be your vindication. And if you feel this word burning in you, if your spirit knows this is not just words but living fire, then remain connected. Subscribe. Stay aligned, because heaven is not finished speaking. What comes next will carry instructions so precise they will feel written with your name alone. Do not miss it, do not allow distraction to pull you away. The stream of heaven flows for those who remain attentive. Beloved, hear this, your past is not your chain. The shame you carried, the mistakes that replay in your memory, they are erased. The blood of heaven speaks louder than your guilt. You are not defined by where you failed, you are defined by who has called you. And the one who calls you does not change his mind. You are still chosen. You are still beloved. You are still marked for greatness. So rise, my child. Wipe your tears. Straighten your back. Heaven has declared victory over you, and no power on earth or in hell can reverse it. Archangel Michael has gone before you, sword blazing, clearing the path you could not clear yourself. All that is left for you is to walk forward. And as you do, miracles will unfold step by step until you look back and realize the season of suffering was only the seed for the harvest you now hold. My beloved child, there is a weight in the air around you right now that you cannot explain, and it is because heaven has drawn near. The unseen world knows what is about to happen in your life, and that is why you have felt the pressure increase, why battles seem to grow stronger, why discouragement came so heavy. It is always darkest before the light breaks, always fiercest before the victory arrives. Archangel Michael says the reason you feel the intensity is that you are standing at the edge of your miracle, and the enemy is terrified of you stepping into it. The resistance is proof of the release, the shaking is the sound of the chains breaking. Beloved, do not retreat now. Do not let weariness make you miss what is already unfolding. The hand of God is moving pieces like a master chess player, arranging what looks impossible into divine alignment. You think you are waiting, but in truth, heaven has been waiting for this exact hour. There are people being positioned to cross your path, people who hold keys you do not even know you need, whose names you have never heard but who are being stirred even now to prepare the way for you. That job, that opportunity, that breakthrough you prayed for is not only possible, it is already in motion. What you cannot see is that conversations are happening about you in rooms you have never entered. Your name is being spoken in places you have not yet stepped into. When the moment comes, the door will swing open so fast you will understand why the wait was so long. The hand of God is moving pieces like a master chess player, arranging what looks impossible into divine alignment. You think you are waiting, but in truth, heaven has been waiting for this exact hour. There are people being positioned to cross your path, people who hold keys you do not even know you need, whose names you have never heard but who are being stirred even now to prepare the way for you. That job, that opportunity, that breakthrough you prayed for is not only possible, it is already in motion. What you cannot see is that conversations are happening about you in rooms you have never entered. Your name is being spoken in places you have not yet stepped into, and when the moment comes, the door will swing open so fast you will understand why the wait was so long. Beloved, your spirit has carried exhaustion, and you have wondered if perhaps you missed your chance, if perhaps it was too late. But Archangel Michael declares it to you now, you are not late, you are right on time. What was delayed was never denied, it was preserved. It was kept safe until you were ready to carry it. You see, heaven does not waste miracles. What God gives must be sustained. Had it come earlier, you would not have had the strength to hold it. But now, after all you have endured, after all the crushing and pressing, you are stronger than you know. The oil of your anointing flows because of the weight you carried, and that oil will not run dry. My beloved, signs are going to follow you, undeniable signs that will confirm every word you are reading. The number 7, yes, completion. The number 12, yes, order. The number 22, yes, double doors. But beyond numbers, there will be people you encounter who will echo the very words you see here. Out of nowhere, someone will speak a phrase that sounds like it was pulled directly from this message. In that instant, you will know heaven has orchestrated it. Do not shrug it off, do not dismiss it as coincidence. These are confirmations, anchors to hold your faith as the flood of blessing begins. And child, listen, money will not control you anymore. The season of barely getting by, of wondering how you will make it through, is breaking. The heavens are releasing provision, not just to survive but to overflow. Expect unexpected deposits, surprise opportunities, and favor with those who have resources. All of it will come, not by your striving, but by heaven's command. Do not be afraid when it comes suddenly. Do not feel unworthy, this is not man's charity, this is God's justice. For every loss, He restores, for every struggle, He multiplies, and your story will become a testimony that God still provides in ways that defy logic. Beloved, remember this warning. Not everyone around you will celebrate. Some will be exposed, their envy revealed, their masks removed. Do not fear it, heaven is protecting you by exposing what cannot remain. It may hurt to see the truth, but it will free you. Trust the pruning, for God only removes what would poison your future. Do not cling to what heaven cuts away. What is coming will replace every loss with abundance, every absence with fullness. My child, heaven is whispering something deeper, that the loved one you thought was gone still speaks in eternity. Their intercession covers you, and their love has not faded. That is why you survived nights that should have broken you and found strength that you could not explain. They are part of the great cloud of witnesses cheering you forward. And now heaven is letting you know their prayer is about to be answered in your life. You will step into the very promise they long to see you walk in. You are not alone in this journey. And here I pause to remind you, beloved, if this word is striking your soul, if you feel that undeniable pull that this message is for you, then do not disconnect. Subscribe now. Remain aligned, for heaven is not finished. The next words will come at the very hour you need them most, carrying instruction that could alter the direction of your path. Do not let the enemy steal your connection, remain rooted. Beloved, your story is about to shift from hidden struggle to visible glory. You will not only receive your breakthrough, you will embody it. Your very presence will carry a weight that others will feel, a peace that flows, a light that shines without you forcing it. That is why Archangel Michael has fought so fiercely for you, because your breakthrough is not just for you, it will ripple outward, touching your family, your friends, even strangers who encounter you. You are a vessel chosen to pour light into darkness. That is why you were preserved. That is why you endured. And that is why now, in this moment, heaven says, rise, for it is your time. My beloved child, the silence you have carried in your soul has been louder than any noise around you. You have smiled before others but felt heavy inside. You have encouraged others while secretly wondering if your own hope was fading. Heaven saw every moment of that hidden weight. Archangel Michael says none of it was wasted. Every silent battle you fought, every tear you cried in secret, and every moment you chose to rise again when you wanted to give up has become fuel for the miracle that is about to burst into your life. Do you not see, beloved, that the crown is always given at the end of the race, not in the middle? You are much closer to the finish line than you think. You have been asking why doors opened only to close again, why people promised to stand with you but vanished when you needed them most. My child, you were never meant to lean on them. Heaven removed what could not carry you so that when you stand in your victory, all will know it was by God's hand alone. If man had built it for you, man could take the credit. But because heaven is building it, no one can steal the glory. Archangel Michael whispers, your elevation will be undeniable, and it will silence every doubt. For even those who dismissed you will have no choice but to admit, surely the hand of God is upon them. Beloved, you have survived storms that were meant to drown you. And yet here you are, reading, breathing, still open to hear heaven's voice. That is proof enough that grace has never left you. Grace has been your unseen companion. Grace has carried you when your strength collapsed. And now that same grace is transforming into glory, a glory that will follow you into the next season. The dryness is ending, the wilderness is behind you. Prepare yourself, child, for abundance is coming like rain after drought, sudden and overwhelming, soaking every barren place in your life until it blossoms again. Listen closely, for heaven is speaking through signs that will soon appear. You will notice repeating numbers, yes, but also the sudden appearances of feathers, of unexpected songs, and of phrases that echo in conversations. These will be gentle nudges reminding you that the angelic is near, that Michael and his hosts are still standing guard over you. One night soon, you may feel a presence so strong that you wake as if someone stood beside your bed. Do not fear, that will be confirmation that you are not walking alone. You are surrounded. You are covered. My beloved, financial doors that were jammed shut are now being unlocked. What you thought was too hard, too far, too impossible will suddenly flow. You will see resources released into your hands in ways that shock you, unexpected favor, contracts, opportunities, gifts. These will come, not because of chance, but because heaven has decided your time of lack is over. Archangel Michael says, you will soon look at your accounts, your cupboards, your life, and realize that what once was empty is now full. And when it happens, you will know this was the moment the shift began. Beloved, relationships too are being realigned. Some are being cut away, and though it hurts, it is mercy. Others are being restored with conversations you thought would never happen suddenly opening like new chapters. Do not force what is closing, and do not resist what is opening. Flow with heaven's hand, for every person leaving, someone greater is arriving. For every closed door, a wider one is opening, and this time it will not collapse. This time it will stand. And my child, know this, the loved one who left the earth is still watching from eternity. Their love has not faded, their intercession has not stopped. In the unseen realm, their prayer is still echoing, and you are living under its covering even now. That is why you did not collapse when you thought you would, that is why you found strength you could not explain. It was not just you, it was heaven lifting you through them. And now heaven is saying their prayer is being answered. What they longed for you to see, you are about to step into. Their joy will overflow when your blessing arrives. Beloved, you have feared you would miss your chance, that time has slipped too far. Archangel Michael says, erase that fear, you cannot miss what heaven has sealed for you. What belongs to you is yours by eternal decree, not by man's permission. No enemy, no delay, no failure can cancel it. The only thing you must do is remain attentive, remain willing, remain ready, for when the moment comes, it will come quickly, and you must step through without hesitation. And if you feel this word burning in your spirit, if you know this is speaking directly to you, then stay connected. Subscribe, remain aligned, for heaven will not stop here. More words are coming, words of direction, words of instruction, words that will meet you exactly where you are. Do not allow distraction to steal the flow. What is being poured out is not ordinary, it is manna for your journey. It will feed your spirit until you reach the promise. So rise, my beloved child. You have been pressed, but you are not crushed. You have been struck, but you are not destroyed. You have been delayed, but you are not denied. The sword of Michael has already cleared the path, and all that is left is for you to walk forward into the light that is waiting. Heaven has spoken. Your time has come.